First up, we have Zombieland Saga. What would you do if the area you lived in was on the decline and you were worried it just might fade away one day? Naturally, your response should be learning how to reincarnate the dead zombies, picking the perfect team of dead courtesans, former stars, and biker gang leaders, and then having them form a pop idol group to bring fame and youth back to your hometown. At least that's what Kotaro Tatsumi does over 12 episodes to try and revive the Saga Prefecture of Japan in 2018's comedy anime Zombieland Saga. For dramatic effect, I'll recreate part of his team introduction. The legendary biker boss, Saki Nichijou. The legendary Showa idol, Junko Kono. The legendary courtesan, Yugiri. The legendary child actress prodigy, Lily Hoshikawa. The legendary Heisei idol, Ai Mizuno. And most importantly, the legendary Tai Yamada. Oh, and then there's Sakura too, I guess. I talk a lot about unique concepts and how important they can be, and this is a masterclass in finding the point where something becomes so ridiculous it moves past disbelief and into pure comedy. Not just the concept, but the action, like zombie girl rap battles, flying talking heads, and drive-in chicken commercials. Basically all the stuff to have you saying, what the hell, but in the best way. The main storyline follows the group's slow rise to fame, but most of the main characters get dedicated episodes diving into their backstory as well, each reaching an individual and hopeful end despite their, well, interesting situation. Kind of making the best of what you have. Also, it provides a positive and accepting view of transgender characters, which is something every medium could use more of. With its large, close-knit group cast, there's also plenty of room to find a favorite character without disliking any of the other ones. Personally, I'm all about Saki, but Tatsumi's dub voice actor Riko Fajardo is so stellar he makes every moment the man spends on screen downright hilarious. So good that for the first time on the channel, I will risk playing audio.
Why does there have to be more? A little of this, a little of that, and bang! You're out of the grave! That's all you need to make a zombie, kiddo!
Exactly. It's a lot different from what I usually like, but still one of my favorites and well worth a watch, especially with a sequel planned for this very year, although that may be delayed. Next, we have Love is Hard for Otaku. In a less serious case of new representation, we have Love is Hard for Otaku from 2018, a single season run which addresses the intricacies of dating for the anime, manga, and gaming minded folks. It follows two couples, Narumi and Hirotaka, an obsessive pair, one a yaoi fangirl, the other a hardcore gamer, as well as Hanako and Taro, a less obsessive and more traditional couple of another yaoi fangirl / cosplayer and a more generically tasted fan. It nails something I can only describe as relatably ridiculous, where something anyone can relate to is finished with a comedic, weeb-related punch. Like Narumi trying to hide she's depressed with a strong front, only for her close friends to just know that she's faking it. Now, why is she depressed? Well, her favorite manga character just died. Or Hirotaka being scared of thunder, because of all the times a power outage made him lose saved games. It also covers some topics that are often not addressed that it's nice to see a little bit of attention on, like the sense of almost failure that comes from having a non-ideal or non-standard relationship. Narumi and Hirotaka move quite slowly in their romance due to Hirotaka's introverted and impersonal personality. And it's a refreshing take on love in anime because it looks at that and says you do you. Don't judge yourself or your relationship based on anyone else, which is something we need to say more often. And the best part is it has these relatable takes and doesn't miss a beat of comedy. The jokes are paced well, spacing out the overt and subtle moments so nothing gets stale, and sometimes letting the feel you get for characters finish the jokes, making it feel more personal. Plus, the real world anime, manga, and game references make everyone feel a bit more, well, real, and they keep an open door for some both light and heavy parody of specific series or genres in general. Overall, this is the best series I know of to put me in a good mood almost immediately. Now, let's take a look at Nichijou. Normally I'd feel like a lazy ass if I just regurgitated clips at you, but I think our next entry, Nichijou, speaks best for itself. And finally, how about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? Yes, this is the one you've already heard of, or at least seen something from it without realizing it. And it makes me want to ask if wholesomely unwholesome is a thing, because that's how I describe the relationship of the titular Miss Kobayashi and her dragon maid, Toru, from this 2017 13-parter. One night, a drunk Kobayashi saves Toru and invites the dragon to stay with her, still in an alcohol-fueled stupor. What ensues is a minor tug-of-war, eventually leading to Toru staying and Kobayashi having to try and, let's say, curb the dragon's sometimes less clean intentions. But nothing goes too far, and always ends in a hopeful and wholesome moment that stresses love over anything else. We also see other dragons in their friendship with humans, like Kana and Riko, who are used to poke some fun at childhood crushes and all their confusion and misunderstanding, while also being downright adorable, even to a stupid grouch like me. Or like Fafnir, a somewhat demonic dragon who moves in and bonds with Makoto, Kobayashi's otaku coworker. Despite having a cold personality, Fafnir becomes genuine friends with his roommate, bonding over games and pop culture, with dialogue that conveys simple understanding and small personal moments that just melt the heart. There's also Lukoa, but I'll leave her episodes for you to see for yourself. It's a weird mix of very down-to-earth and absolutely wild concepts that are sure to find a place for almost everyone. This comes out a lot in its best moments of humor, usually a mix of outlandish situational comedy and real personable character-based comedy to make a pretty spot-on blend. It's also not afraid to play with the medium to make you laugh, but won't be leaning on it entirely like some other anime. Overall, it's one of the best if you want something to make you laugh and then in the next few seconds make you go, "Aww."
私は今とても幸せです。
So this will not be a long message at the end, but it is a very important message, and I hope you stick around to listen to it. So the world is fucked right now, not just COVID-19, but police brutality in the murder of black Americans like George Floyd as well. Floyd's murder on May 25th at the hands of the Minneapolis police has sparked protests across the US, with support from other countries around the world as well. For 2 weeks now, activists, supporters, and just regular people have been taking to the streets to protest for equality for black Americans. Amidst a global pandemic that's already testing mental health for months, the physical nature of protesting, forceful and violent pushback from corrupt administrations, and just generally the summer heat all create a situation which could burn anyone out, physically or mentally. No one is an effective force running on empty. So we all need to remember to step back and recharge when needed. Not give up, not selfishly keep our time for ourselves, but recharge when needed. In the moments where you can't do anymore, we need to relax so we can get back out there tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or however long it takes. So if you're one of our anime friends out there fighting, I hope something I showed here today can help you stay mentally healthy and recharge. And if you can't get out and protest, there's also ways you can help. Donations are obvious, but if you don't have extra money to give, you can also help raise funds on this very site. Many YouTubers are posting videos and donating all ad revenue gained to great places like Black Lives Matter, the Bail Project, and Campaign Zero. Simply start the video, let the ads play, and you're raising funds to help. Some are showcasing great content by black musicians, writers, and other creatives so you can watch or simply let them play on in the background. I'll have links to some of these videos and places to donate in the description below. You can also sign petitions online, write to or call your representatives, and help amplify messages from and in support of these causes. No one is powerless, and it's the time to stand up and say, Black Lives Matter.